E4 was just like the arena was in quadrants, and there were certain parts that were higher up and certain parts that weren't. And it was like just for one specific mechanic. Yeah, I just wish, but the thing is that mechanic, you were still in just a square arena. It didn't really change it that much. It was cool, don't get me wrong, but I want more. I want it to be like there's one other fight in the game. Extreme Shinryu has a mechanic where you like walk along its tail near the end, but you're not really doing anything while you're doing that though. Like it's just kind of a thing that happened. It's like more like a cinematic thing. I'm not reading everything you said because I'm... No, I want something where you're moving. I want something where you're moving the whole between different areas, like the whole raid. Like imagine the train fight, but you were jumping onto different trains throughout the fight. Like you were the whole fight, like the whole time, that was just part of the thing, and you're going to different. Maybe you were going onto different tracks, and it was taking you to different places, and there was mechanics based off going to different areas or something. I don't know. Just something. I just want them to do something different. That's all. I just want something unique, because WoW has had a lot of really weird boss encounters where they're. But also, I will say I will give Final Fantasy this. The class and gameplay design of the game isn't really designed in a way to where it would probably be all that fun to do this, because this game has this emphasis on classes. How do I put this? If we talk about schools of utility, right? In this game you have any sort of CC, stuns, fears, interrupts, anything like that. That's a utility. Then you have self-healing, mitigation, things like that. What kind of damage you can do, single target damage, cleave damage, AoE damage. Yes, those things are all three different things. And then you have things. Then another school of this behavior is movement. Movement mechanics are a huge thing. A lot of classes have very unique and different types of movement abilities. My class that I'm playing right now is probably some of the weakest movement in the game, because fuck me, I like pain, but fuck. Wow, I said that right as I died. But yeah. So movement is crazy. Just in the party, warrior, they have both a gap closer plus a aimable jump that they can jump really far and target exactly where they want. Druid can turn into a cat and move really fast. The mage can teleport in front of them. Demon Hunter can glide, and they have a bunch of dashes and things like that too. And then priests, my shield ability gives me a slight movement speed increase. That's all I got. Yeah, mine is garbage, but dude, where's the fuck is okay? Yeah, priest movement is not that great. I can also put feathers down on the ground that when you walk into the feather, it gives you a little bit of a movement speed increase, but it overrides the one for my shield, so it's not any better. But it's okay. I make it up for with power infusion. Okay, I definitely make it up with power infusion. Definitely, 100%. Power infusion makes up for all of my other class deficiencies. Copium. 100%. Oh my god. What? I wasn't close enough? Okay, whatever, we're fine. But anyways, what I'm saying is movement abilities are a bigger focus in this game, and so they can make they can make fights that have more of an emphasis on moving around because they have that's more of a thing. So even for a class like me where I have deficiency in my own personal movement, other classes have abilities they can give to me that increase my movement speed. Like for example, I mentioned Druid earlier. Yeah, they can go into cat form, and move faster, but they also have a skill where it's like everyone around them gets increased movement speed for a certain amount of time. It's basically like a peloton, but like AoE, and you can use it in combat, and yeah, it's great. Last you heard, oh shit. Okay, so I was saying a bunch of stuff. Okay, basically. Come here. Fuck. Bro! Oh my god. Yeah, that would have been cool. But what I was saying is that I think a reason they don't do more verticality isn't actually a technical limitation. I feel like it's just a limitation of design of like the gameplay of the game and like classes. Because I was explaining that WoW has a much bigger emphasis on like classes having personal and also party like wide like giving movement abilities and skills, and like that's just more. That's like one school of utility in the game is like movement. It's like a huge focus on class design. Like that's a huge thing. You know, you got CC, you got self healing and defensives. You know, you have like different types of damage, but then like, you know, movement is one of those like classes of utility. That's like a big focus whenever they're designing classes and like figuring out what they should give to what classes. It's like movement is something they balance things around. It's a huge thing. And like I just it's a bigger focus. Like obviously you have some movement skills in Final Fantasy, but it's a much bigger focus on class design in WoW. I'll just go over like who has what in the current party I'm in. So the tank, the warrior, this is just a thing that warriors have. It doesn't matter the spec. They have a gap closer called charge. You know, just like they rush into their target. You know, that's pretty standard thing in Final Fantasy. But they also have something called heroic leap, which it gives them a ground target thing that they can aim, and then when they click with it, they are able to jump like very far distance, and it does a little bit damage, and they can talent it so it stuns when they land as well. The druid, they have cat form. They can turn into a cat. It does a couple other things, obviously, but that also increases their base movement speed while they're a cat. They also have a skill that gives their party members around them a movement speed buff. Oh my god. Where's the fucking... Oh, okay. I cleansed it. It gives them like a movement speed increase for a certain amount of time. It's called Stampeding Roar. It's like giving a party-wide peloton, basically, but you can use it in combat. And then the mage, they can teleport. They have a thing called blink. They can teleport forward, and their blink is awesome because it's not like things that are similar to blink in Final Fantasy. How they work in Final Fantasy is they just kind of slide your hitbox forward, right? But in this game, you actually teleport. Like, your character doesn't exist in a space in between, you know what I mean. Like, you actually can teleport through mechanics, and it's great. And then the Demon Hunter, I've never played that class, so I don't know exactly how all of their shit works, but I know they have dashes, and they can glide, things like that. I know they have stuff like that, so I know if they really wanted to, they could fucking like zoom around a map really quickly. I don't know exactly how their shit works, because as I said, I've never played that class, but they have really good movement. And then me, a priest, I have some of the shittiest movement in the game, as far as I'm aware, because fuck me. I have two things. One is I can, if I use my shield ability, like I have a shield that I can put on myself or other people, it gives me a like a very small movement speed increase when I have the shield on. Or I can also put feathers on the ground, which is another button. And that one, if someone walks into the feather, they get the same movement speed increase, but they override each other. So it's bad. It's not that great. I'll be honest. I use it on myself when I have to, when it's like useful to like get out of something, but it's pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. Priest has it rough, but some of those other movement skills that that I said that buff other people, people can use that on me. So I do have basically White Mage's Rescue. That is a thing I can use on people. But it does work a little differently, because you can rescue like vertically. Like, let's say I'm standing on like a box or something, or like a giant rock or pillar, and I rescue someone below me. I can bring them up to me, which is like obviously very different. Like, I can pull them upwards, which is really freaking cool. Yeah, no, you're right. It's not used that often. I'm sure people make it for raid bosses. They make certain strats around like a priest, like rescuing a tank out of something, or like I'm sure that's been a thing before, but. Eat the balls! No, fuck. But Evoker, the new class, they have an even better version of so like the Priest Rescue. It's actually called Leap of Faith in this game, but Evoker actually has their skill is actually called Rescue, but it does something completely like almost completely different. So what it does is you target someone, right? And then you press the button, and then it gives you a ground, like a ground circle thing you can click, right? You can aim and click, right? And what it does is you fly to them, so you fly to the person that you chose, and then you pick them up and fly to where you clicked, where you aimed the thing. So you can do this backwards or forward. So you can do a thing where like there's someone who's kind of slow trying to get out of like a big fucking AoE or something in a raid. You can like click on that person and like fly back to them and then fly them forward out of the mechanic. Like that's a thing you can do. And it's great. It's really cool. Evoker also has like gliding and like they have like a button that dashes forward, and they have really good movement. They have a lot of really cool movement. Their movement is similar to Demon Hunter, I think, but it's probably based off of Demon Hunter. But I've actually played Evoker, so I kind of know. Oh fuck, I have a thing. I wasn't paying attention. There's so much going on in this shit because of the affixes. It's so hard. Because like, you already have, like, without any affixes, you already have, like, all these mobs have, like, different abilities that you need to pay attention things that you need to interrupt. But then we have affixes on top of that. Right now, our affixes are Fortified, increases the health and damage of all non-boss enemies. Then you have Raging, which is like at 30% health, all non-boss enemies gain in Rage, which is like they do a lot fucking more damage at that percent. And then we also have Quaking, which is these brown circles that are randomly popping up on us. Whenever they go off, if you're casting, it stuns you out of that school of magic for like 8 seconds. Then we have this one, Thundering. How that works is every like minute, people will get random positive and negative like charge debuffs, and while it's active on you, you get a damage buff, but you cleanse it by going to the person with the opposite buff. But if you don't cleanse it before it falls off, you take a fuck ton of damage, and everyone takes a fuck ton of damage and gets stunned for 5 seconds. So it's like a balance of like, hey, when you want to try to cleanse this before we get stunned, but oh, you get more damage. But it's like, so it's like kind of one of those things where, and but the thing is that the party you play with 5 players in a dungeon, so like it's it's not even. So what happens is, because it's random what charges people get, if the last person is unsolvable, then they just get to keep the damage buff and don't get stunned. So it's kind of interesting. Sometimes you end up getting you get to use the whole damage buff or whatever. But that's so like all these so like Thundering just came up, but we're not even in like what's gonna happen. Yeah, I think it just, yeah. So like here's the person I need to cleanse off of, this guy. Yeah. So you just walk into him, we just cleansed. And the Quaking is up. It's only for things that are hard casted for Quaking. So like if you're doing an insta cast when it goes off, then you're good. And like melees don't have to worry about it. Though if you overlap with each other, then you take a lot of damage. I think you only take damage if you overlap though. Like if you hit each other with the Quaking circle. So like you have all that going on top of like already having to deal with like all of the dungeon mechanics, and like everything has way more health, and yeah, it's a lot. Oh fuck! I have to get the. Yeah, the mechanic of like these mobs is like randomly you'll get your soul torn out of you, and you have to go and pick it up. Because if you don't, you have a 50% damage reduction. Oh fuck! I probably shouldn't have cleansed that early, but. Alright. Healer said they needed mana. They're running out.
Mic off. Mic on.
I think they're good. Alright.
I am the messenger of death.
Oh.
On our sacred grounds? This is what has become of our legacy?
Man, I retalented to grab Psychic Horror. I forgot that this shit's on a GC. Maybe I should get Last Word instead. I don't know.
This is the end, defilers. Marked by lightning.
Oh fuck. Damn it. Yeah.
Away from me.
Shit.
This is the end, defilers. Sonara's power for more than breezes and blessings. My storm will bring forth a mightier Maruk. Greatness awaits us.
Powering on. Mic on. Charging battery.
My headset died, that was really awkward, but I found a chance to plug it in. Wait, it's not even letting me mount now. Dude. What? I was still in that. Oh my god. What? Oh my god. I thought it was already it was already gone. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh my god.
Balakar's weapon will be broken. He will not take a place of honor with the ancestor Khans. My thanks, outsider. Onara now flies free, and without Balakar's influence, Clan Nokhud may heal.
Wait, what? Nice. They rolled off the thing. That is crisp. I just got a 392 necklace.